The first time you're waiting to ride RTA downtown, you may wonder, am I at the right stop? Is the bus coming? What time is it? Is this an okay place to wait? Should I ask that guy? This is heading downtown, right? I should check my schedule. I should recheck my watch, and the route sign, and my phone, my pass, my watch, my bag, and this biscotti. Yikes, how old is that biscotti? And oh, here's my bus, and it's on time. And look, it's stopping. And I could get used to this. It's easier than you think, Cleveland. RTA, get ready to ride.
Good morning, everyone. It is great to be here for such an exciting day for our region. We're all here to witness the topping out of the new Hilton Cleveland downtown, a big part of this region's exciting resurgence. So many people contributed to the creation of our beautiful new hotel. I'd like to thank each of you by name, but I can't. So I'll just single out a few and then probably offend the rest of you. I want to thank the County Council first, under the leadership of former President C. Ellen Conley and now President Dan Brady, who joins us here. Council is represented today by Council Vice President Pernell Jones, who will be speaking in a moment. Council's support was absolutely critical to this project. Thanks to Jeff Applebaum, who managed this project, and thanks to Dave Wondolowski and all the trades and laborers who worked long hours in the hot sun and in the cold rains to make sure we'll get this project done and on time. I'd like to thank our partners in the city, Mayor Jackson, Kevin Kelly, and the entire Cleveland City Council. And other than those who wear the hard hats, the person who did the most to initiate, envision, and move this project forward is my predecessor, Ed Fitzgerald. I'm thrilled that Ed is here today to join us, and I'd like to take this moment to thank Ed and give us all a chance to thank Ed. I'd applaud bigger, but my papers would fly all over the place. Thanks to the efforts of so many people, we're on time, on budget, and now even more poised for economic growth. This uniquely collaborative project is a great example of how public and private partners can come together. Today's beam signing marks an important milestone as we watch our vision for a world-class convention hotel become a reality right before our eyes. Together, we are transforming Cleveland and Northeast Ohio in a way that we have looked forward to for decades. And now with this hotel, we get to witness the creation of another critical asset for our local economy. The project ties together both the Global Center for Health Innovation and, upon approval, the soon-to-be-called First Merit Cleveland Convention Center. There's a perfect tourist trifecta. These three facilities serve as the catalyst for bringing new economic activity to our region, all while strengthening our national reputation and laying a new foundation for continued development. We already have more than 250 conventions, trade shows, and meetings scheduled over the coming years, and we're just getting started. The convention center and hotel will deliver hundreds of thousands of out-of-town visitors and millions of dollars in economic impact to Northeast Ohio. I could not be more pleased to have our valued partners in Hilton Worldwide taking care of the new folks coming into town. Our region is certain to benefit from Hilton's superb brand recognition, their warm hospitality, and their attention to the attraction of events, conferences, and conventions. Job growth and opportunity is my top goal for the county. And while the county cannot create jobs, we can support projects like this that do promote job creation and inclusive labor opportunities. I believe that one of the most crucial aspects to this transformative project is our focus on labor diversity. And one of the true champions for inclusivity is my friend, Cuyahoga County Council Vice President Purnell Jones. We're lucky to have such a strong advocate. Please join me in welcoming Purnell to the podium. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. As we celebrate the topping out of our $272 million Hilton Cleveland Hotel, I want to take a moment to share with you some of the benefits to the community this project has afforded in terms of jobs and contracts. When we use the term community benefit, it can be very broad and can mean many things. But I believe with a construction project such as this, there are three main benefits. One, being given a job. Two, being awarded a contract. And three, receiving training for a job, or in other words, an apprenticeship. Inclusion has remained one of my top priorities since joining Cuyahoga County Council. And today I'd like to try out a new word on you, a word that would capture inclusion under it and serve as a more comprehensive term. If you like it, maybe it'll catch on. The word is connectivity. We have worked hard to combat the economic disconnect that has existed. Today, we can be proud of the economic connect that is happening on this project. In terms of workforce, we have had close to 1,500 employees, contributing nearly 500,000 hours to date. 20% of those employees are minorities. 5% of those hired are female, and 8% are low-income persons. 48% of the workforce are Cuyahoga County residents, and 18% are City of Cleveland residents. In terms of contracts awarded, 32% of the contracts have gone to small business enterprises, SBEs, headquartered right here in Cuyahoga County. That equates to $53 million across 131 contracts. Over 15% of the contracts have gone to minority business enterprises, MBEs. That equates to $26 million across 66 different contracts. Over 13% of the contracts have gone to female business enterprises, FBEs. That equates to $22 million across 61 contracts to date. And these are all voluntary goals achieved by the Turner and Ozane Construction Company joint partnership and coordinated by the county's own representation in Jeff Applebaum. I'd like to take this moment to recognize any small, minority, or female businesses that are present today. If you just acknowledge, wave your hand. All right. Many of them are still busy working behind us. Okay. Again, these goals were voluntary. In the coming weeks, before this year is out, the county will complete its countywide disparity study that I initiated to assess our practices on providing procurement process to minority and female business owners. The study found hard evidence of the economic disconnect that exists in our community and makes 17 recommendations to improve economic connectivity. One of those 17 is race and gender conscious, and 16 are race and gender neutral. I would like to recognize some of the partners we have worked extensively with through this process. The Greater Cleveland Partnerships Commission on Economic Inclusion, the Construction Employers Association, the Cleveland Building and Construction Trades Council, and many other project owners and contractors around the city. I would also like to recognize my colleagues on County Council. Again, if you would raise your hands, acknowledge. I only have one vote, but it's their collective will that has driven much of the transformative work that we see. The efforts of all of our partners to connect the disconnected contributes towards growing a strong construction industry and a vibrant workforce. Thank you. And at this time, I'd like to introduce Ed Ripka, who is the City of Cleveland's Chief of Regional Development.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Councilman. Good afternoon, or morning if it's still morning. Mayor Jackson regrets that he cannot be here with you this afternoon. As you might imagine, when you're the mayor of a large city, things come up. Things came up today, and I'm here representing him, and I'm pleased to be here representing him because this project's huge, literally, figuratively huge. And I know that for the mayor, going back to when he was working and collaborating with the chief executive, Fitzgerald, on this project. It was the very points that Purnell was just citing, the jobs, the community benefits. How would this help Clevelanders and people in greater Cleveland that made this such an important project? But beyond that, for the mayor of the city of Cleveland, it also meant a further stakehold in that growing hospitality industry in this region, an industry that the city of Cleveland was all too absent from for all too long of a period of time. It's important to see the Hilton flag that's being attached to this property. Again, an impressive growing branding of hotels that are locating here in the city of Cleveland, again, to grow that hospitality industry. To be able to have a block of rooms connected to this convention center that we're standing over, critical to the future business growth and use of this facility. And then important also to the mayor for one other thing. He has put a lot of stake, a lot of time, and is expecting a lot of time from me to enhance this very place where we're at this moment, and that's the group plan. To truly fulfill that vision of the group plan as a centerpiece for Clevelanders to enjoy, for those visiting our city to enjoy. And we've partnered closely with the Group Plan Commission, the private sector, our county government to rebuild Public Square, to enhance these malls, to partner with the county on getting a connection of the downtown and these malls to what will soon be a groundbreaking for the development of a new neighborhood on our waterfront. It's truly exciting times in the city of Cleveland. The mayor, again, regrets he can't be here, but wanted me to specifically congratulate Mr. Fitzgerald, but also our present county executive and our county council for, one, getting a project done on time, on budget, but then, as the evidence indicates, has been inclusive and important part of our economy in the city of Cleveland. Government works because of partnerships, and the partnership between Mayor Jackson and the legislative branch of Cleveland City government is a solid one, and I'm very pleased and honored to present to you the President of the City Council, Kevin Kelly.
Thank you, Ed. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. What a difference a few years makes. Behind me once stood the most uninspiring piece of real estate in Cuyahoga County. Anybody who is in the former county building for any purpose, I think, would attest to that. It was unfortunate that had to be on Lakeside Avenue. That had to be the front of the county. Now I look back on which once was an uninspired, nondescript piece of real estate. Now we have a beautiful, iconic symbol of the progress of the city of Cleveland. And I think we're going to have this for many years to come. It is just a fantastic symbol of what we've all done together. And it's been said before me, so I'll just say it again briefly. Thanks to the leadership of former County Executive Ed Fitzgerald when he first envisioned this project, it's not as if he had the idea and everybody said, great idea, let's get it done. It took a tremendous amount of work with his colleagues when we are certainly very active partners right now, but when Ed came to the mayor didn't just say, yeah, where do you want the check? It was a long bit of negotiation, of partnership, as Mr. Applebaum can probably testify to. It was not easy to get where we were. But out of this hard work, out of this cooperation, came this beautiful, iconic symbol of our progress together. And I want to thank the former county executive. I want to for the vision and for getting things started, the county council, his successor, who's going to see this through, County Executive Armin Budish, our mayor, our council, and all those people that have worked hard to get this done. And while there is no one element that made the RNC come to Cleveland, as I stand here today, I can say, in my opinion, without a doubt, if we did not have this project, we would not have the RNC. So I think we should all be proud of that. And it's been mentioned before, the great benefits that this is going to bring to the city of Cleveland and the great men and women that have spent time building this. And with that, I want to introduce a man who is my friend and partner for many projects and many other things we've been doing forward, the Dave Wondolowski of the Cleveland Building Trades Council. And all those great benefits that Councilman Jones talked about, Dave Wondolowski works with us, works with projects to make sure that those values happen. And he doesn't do it because he thinks it's just part of the deal. He does it because he believes in it. He believes in workforce development. He believes that projects like this should lift everybody in the community together. And he's been a tremendous asset to this community in all the great construction projects that we have. So with that, I would like to introduce my friend, Dave Wondolowski.
Good morning. I stand here proud today to represent the men and women that are working behind me so diligently to build this beautiful building. Every day, I'm charged with going out, meeting with owners, developers, construction companies, and politicians to explain the importance of working with us on their projects and the benefits that we bring to the table. We can talk all day about our world-class safety training and programs, the safest jobs in the industry. We can talk about our efficiency, the most efficient craftspeople in the world. And talk about our quality, the highest quality construction the money can buy. But time and time again, the thing that resonates the most with owners, contractors, and politicians is doing a job on time and on or under budget. The Cleveland Building and Construction Trades Council has answered that bell time and time and time again. Every major project in this city and every major project in this county, we've done it. I want to take a moment to thank our partners here on our construction team, Turner Construction, Jason Jones and his staff, Van Auken Akins, and also the Ozan Construction team for all of their partnership and efforts to make this project a great success. I also want to thank former County Executive Ed Fitzgerald for his leadership and his dedication to the building trades movement, and also County Executive Armin Budish and the Cuyahoga County Council. At this time, I'm honored to introduce the Hilton Worldwide team that's here with us today. And I'll ask you to hold your applause till the end. We have Area Vice President for Northeast U.S. and Canada, Conrad Wangeman. We have the Consultant for Operations and New Project Development, Tim Bridwell. We have the Director of Corporate Communications for Northeast U.S. and Canada, Mark Ricci. General Manager for the Hilton Columbus Downtown, Christian Coffin. Area Director of Sales and Marketing for Ohio, Julia Hansen. Director of Sales and Marketing for the Hilton Downtown Cleveland, Ronnie Collins. So let's give them a nice round of applause. And finally, I have the honor of introducing someone that probably won't be needing an introduction much longer in Cleveland. I spoke to her earlier today. She's a real ball of fire. She is the future general, or the current general manager of the Hilton Cleveland Downtown. Comes to us from Phoenix, Arizona. I hope she brought a sweater with her, because This is not the boring winters that you'll find in Phoenix, so it's going to be a little chilly here. At this point in time, I have the pleasure of introducing the next general manager, Terry Augusta.
I love this weather. It's an honor to be here today with so many esteemed Clevelanders. I personally chose this project for the challenge. Upon arriving, I actually took residence right here in City Center at Gordon Square. I'm a resident here within a mile of the hotel, and it's really part of the excitement of this project. Instantly, I was made to feel at home. I dove head into this unique collaboration between the city and PMC. I've been working symphonically with Ellis Katz and Jeff Applebaum, and it's been quite an honor. We are here today dedicated to the economic growth of this city, displayed so perfectly by this building behind us, and I'm proud to be a part of it. It's important to the overall strategy of Hilton Worldwide to maintain a placement in key destinations like Cleveland, Ohio. Our 600-room, LEED-certified hotel, meticulously built and artfully designed, will bring our founding father, Conrad Hilton's vision, which is to fill the world with light and warmth of hospitality, to reality here in Cuyahoga County. This hotel will provide a unique space filled with the natural light and stunning views of Lake Erie, and connected physically and through a close-knit partnership with the soon-to-be First Merit Convention Center, the Global Center for Health and Innovation. Together, as the county executive said, the trifecta will provide the new tourism opportunities and massive booking power into the city. Already we have millions of dollars of bookings all the way to 2020, and it begins directly after the RNC. We are delighted to open our hearts and our doors to the close-knit community of downtown Cleveland family. A special thank you to Turner, Ozane Construction, VAA Architects, and Anderson Miller for keeping us on track and for an opening in June 16. We will be ready to welcome the RNC. Even prior to opening, we've been dedicated to building a foundation in the community, around town with partners here, partners who we care to make a difference with. As we build the Hilton team, we've been working with Tri-Seas. I've been working with the Council for Economic Opportunity. And today, in attendance from Lake Erie Nature and Science Center, we have Amy Lamond and Tim Jasinski. In August, our dedicated Turner construction workers rescued a falcon that was trapped at the top of the building here. We then immediately turned him over to be nurtured and cared for by the Lake Erie Nature and Science Center. And in gratitude, we'd like to award them with a donation from Hilton and a basket of needed supplies for their great efforts. Thank you for all you do. Thank you. In conclusion, I would like to thank the Mayor's office for helping us celebrate the hard work and dedication of our Cleveland laborers. Cleveland is a city that is moving onward and upward, a reinvigorated metropolis with a tremendous asset and a great history that will lead to continued growth and be a model destination here in the U.S. And Hilton is proud to be a part of it. Thank you.
Throughout the progress of this project, there's really only one thing that has ever held up what we want to accomplish, and that is the wind. When the wind is over 40 miles an hour, the tower crane cannot operate. When the tower crane can't operate, we can't lift things on the building. Our plan for this morning or this afternoon was to sign the beam and lift it. Today, the wind is over 40 miles an hour, so this is the example of the one kind of day where I have to talk to Turner about whether, in fact, construction has been delayed and we have to make it up. So this is a wind day. Now, having said that, and Turner says that they were trying to make a point about the reality of wind days. Having said that, what we're going to do now is the following. We've already had the folks up here on the dais sign the beam, which is right over here in back of me. We invite all of you to come over. There are markers there. If you wish, you can sign the beam. At a point in time when the wind cooperates, that crane will lift the beam up to the very top of the building, and that beam will be inserted in the building with your signatures there for as long as the building is here. So with that in mind, the formal ceremony is concluded. Please come forward, take a marker, sign the beam, and someone will document the point in time at which it is lifted. Thank you all very much for being here today.